Hello everyone, thank you for clicking on my channel and welcome to the journey home. My name is Catherine and I thought I would put together an oracle reading for you all, eyes permitted. And we're going to begin with, this is the Shaman Oracle deck. We're going to begin with the sun. Foremost, it's masculine. In other traditions, it's feminine in her full power. Either way, it is the most brilliant light for all beings and allows life to sprout in the dark, feminine earth. It can be gentle and warming, close to sunrise or sunset, fall or winter. It can be destructive, as in its zenith during the scorching summer. The invitation is that asking, have you been hibernating? Have you been introspective? It is time to come out of your cave and savor the life-giving light of our star. The sun rekindles your passion and your creative energy. Life is calling you to shine your light and to add your lightness and humor to the seriousness around us. Get out and play. Have you been shining your light too strong, too long? Remember that daylight is only one half of the day. The night must have her equal time, and she offers as her gifts as well. Be careful to be blinded, not to be blinded by your light or the light of others. Do not become enamored with yourself or worship others. Beware your shadow. Revel in your midday glory, but do not be afraid of the waning of the light at dark or at dusk. The next card that came up for you, and I thought it was rather interesting. It seemed to harmonize well with the sun, and it is the staff. It is the symbol of authority. It holds the power to temper extremes. The staff helps you find the light and the right course of action, the way of the middle, and aids you to maintain your balance after you've begun walking in that direction. Moses carried a serpent's staff through the desert, and with it he could summon the power of nature to heal or call the plagues. The staff reminds you of the impermanence of all things and that your authority must come from you, your deep longing to serve. You know how to flow easily between polarities, how to weigh all possibilities and instinctively select the right path. Trust your inner wisdom and take the first step on a journey that your heart has already embarked on. Use the power of the staff to unite what appears to be divided, to find that delicate balance between will and surrender. If you are caught in the delicate balance between opposing forces, between masculine and feminine, between action and non-action, use this to your advantage, as there can be no day without night, no low without high, no wrong without right. This is the time to take corrective action, beginning with your beliefs about what needs to be fixed or repaired. Let destiny take its course, nudging it slightly along. And I pulled 3 cards from the tarot. And the first one that came up, it's a really interesting spread actually, was the High Priestess. Let me get my notes here. The High Priestess. This is about intuition, divine feminine, the subconscious. The High Priestess sits in front of a thin veil decorated with pomegranates. The veil represents the separate conscious and subconscious realms, the seen and the unseen, and serves to keep casual onlookers out. Only the initiated may enter. The pomegranates on the veil are a symbol of abundance, fertility, and the divine feminine, and are sacred to the Persephone who ate a pomegranate seed. She ate oh my goodness. She ate a pomegranate seed in the underworld and was forced to return every year. On either side of the high priestess stand two pillars, making the entrance of this sacred mystical temple, also associated with the Temple of Solomon. One pillar is black with the letter B, Boaz, meaning in his strength, and the other is white with the letter J, Jachin, meaning he will establish. The black and white pillars the colors of the pillars symbolize duality, masculine and feminine, darkness and light, stating that knowledge and acceptance of duality are required to enter this sacred space. The high priestess wears a blue robe with a cross on her chest and a horned diadem or crown, both a symbol of her divine knowledge and her status as a divine ruler. In her lap she holds a scroll with the letter Torah, signifying the greater law. It is partly covered, signifying that this sacred knowledge is both explicit and implicit. It will only be revealed when the student is ready to look beyond the material realm. The crescent moon at her feet is ready to look beyond the material realm. The crescent moon at her feet symbolizes her connection with the divine feminine, her intuition and subconscious mind, and the natural cycles of the moon. I do apologize. It's my eyesight, guys. While the magician is the guardian of the conscious mind in the tangible world, the high priestess is the guardian of the subconscious mind and the teacher of sacred knowledge and hidden mysteries. Sitting at the threshold of the conscious and the subconscious mind, the high priestess has an innate ability to travel between these realms effortlessly. She teaches you that the world is not always as it seems, and more profound influences are often at play. She ushers you through the thin veil of awareness, offering you a deep, intuitive understanding of the universe and a heightened awareness of secret or hidden information. The high priestess signifies spiritual enlightenment, inner illumination, divine knowledge and wisdom. She shows up in your tarot readings when the veil between you and the underworld is thin, and you have the opportunity to access the knowledge deep within your soul. Now is the time to be still, so you can tune in to your intuition. The answers you are seeking will come from within, from your deepest truth and knowing. Allow the high priestess to become your guide as you venture deep into your subconscious mind and access this inner wisdom. Connect with your intuition and your higher self through meditation, visualization, shamanic journeying, and being part of spiritual communities. Your intuitive sense right now is providing you with useful information and is assisting you to become more in touch with your subconscious mind. Knowledge of how to fix these issues will not come through thinking and rationalizing, but by tapping into and trusting your intuition, to allow yourself the time and space to meditate and attend to your inner voice. Look for areas in your life that may be out of balance or lacking flow and ease. Now is also a time of heightened intuitive ability and psychic insight. If you are developing these skills, the high priestess offers you further encouragement to continue your journey and trust that you are on the right path. The more you listen to your intuition, the more it will flow. Finally, the high priestess is a signal that you are being called to embrace the divine feminine, your connection to your intuition, compassion, empathy, and inner wisdom, regardless of your gender. It is vital to you to balance and integrate your masculine and feminine energies and the presence of the High Priestess signals that you are sacred. Your sacred feminine needs your attention right now. Feel rather than think. Collaborate rather than compete. Create rather than destroy. Trust your divine feminine energy, even if the masculine energy around you may appear to be stronger. Be proud of your ability to nurture, trust, sense, and empathize instead of hiding it away. The next card that I pulled up for you was the Nine of Swords. It's about inner turmoil, deep-seated fears, secrets, releasing worry, the stuff of nightmares. The Nine of Swords shows a woman sitting in her bed with her head in her hands. She appears to have been jolted awake from a terrible nightmare that has left her disturbed, scared, and anxious. Nine of Swords hangs on the dark wall behind her, representing the negative thoughts that weigh heavily on her mind. The base of the woman's bed features a carving of one person defeating another, and roses and the outlines of astrological symbols adorn the quilt wrapped around her. The Nine of Swords suggests that dark thoughts and disturbing feelings are weighing you down and keeping you up at night. You are worrying excessively about a situation, and your negative thoughts are getting the better of you, leaving you stressed and anxious. The more you associate with your fears, the more they will rule your life as you obsess over what's not working. The more anxious you become and the more you will worry. It becomes a negative cycle where one thought leads to another and another and another until they overwhelm you. Just as the Nine of Swords are stacked upon each other on the wall, so too are your negative thoughts. Be careful, because the fear and worry in the Nine of Swords can become a self-fulfilling prophecy as you obsess over what might go wrong. You are more likely to manifest your worst case scenario because you are inadvertently acting in ways that support your negative thoughts. For example, you may worry that your partner will cheat on you, even though you found no signs of infidelity. The more you stress about this potential outcome, the more your anxiety pushes away your partner until one day they feel so disconnected from you that they start a new relationship with someone else. When you are repeating negative thoughts in your mind, you run the risk of manifesting them in your life. So, the Nine of Swords asks you to break the cycle. Every time a negative emotion comes up, replace it with a positive one instead. I want to add here too, guys, that often it is preached not to allow negative thoughts into your mind. I think what this card is saying is that not to let them overwhelm you. I think in this day and age, it is very important to look at the negative, to see, truly it is truth. In the world that we're living in now, truth doesn't seem to be our friend. But it must be seen in order to understand, to dispel it, or to fix it. The final card was the Ace of Cups, which I thought was very comforting. It's about love, new relationships, compassion, creativity. It can also be about self-love, intuition, repressed emotions. It shows a chalice overflowing with 5 streams of water. The cup represents the vessel of your subconscious mind, And the 5 streams are your 5 senses and the abundant emotion and intuition flowing from within you. The hand holding up the cup sliding out of the clouds, a symbol of your awareness, of a spiritual energy and influence. Below the hand is a vast sea covered with lotus blossoms, signifying the awakening of the human spirit. A dove descends towards the cup, a symbol of divine love flowing through the subconscious to conscious awareness. With the Ace of Cups, divine love and compassion are pouring through you. You are a vessel for deep spiritual love from the universe, and you can't help but let that love flow through you and into the world. You receive your love. You receive love. You give love. You are love. Your heart overflows. Now is the perfect time for you to open your heart and experience the rich flow of emotion available to you right now. You are more receptive to creative opportunities, loving connections, and deep compassion for others and with all living beings. As with all aces in the tarot, this card comes as an invitation. Will you take it? Will you say yes to divine love and compassion? And will you run with it? The Ace of Cups carries the potential for spiritual and emotional fulfillment, but only if you embrace it with an open heart. This card often appears in tarot readings when you are open to creative expression, especially when you can allow your emotions to shine through your endeavors. You may be inspired to start a new project, take an art class, or even engage in interpretive dance. At this point in your life, you are comfortable with who you are and happily express this part of yourself to others. You see fresh potential in allowing your creative juices to flow. Let your imagination and talent unfurl to new possibilities. The Ace of Cups often represents a new relationship, be it a friendship, a new family connection, or blossoming romance. It is exciting, fluttery even, and you are so glad to have met someone with whom you can share a special connection. Give yourself permission to open yourself to giving and receiving unconditional love. And you will notice that affection flows effortlessly when you are in this loving state of mind. The water in the card reflects the flow of emotion, and thus the Ace of Cups suggests that the enthusiasm you two generate will get you fired up about yourself and about life. There is a generous, compassionate side to this Ace of Cups too. See this as a time of giving, not taking, and make the most of any opportunity to help others. You have the power to share your inner radiance and positive energy, bringing great happiness to those around you. And you will find that the more you give, the more you receive on multiple levels. Finally, the Ace of Cups can signify conception, pregnancy, or birth. Look to the other cards in the reading for further confirmation, such as the Empress, Page of Cups, the Four of Wands. It may mean the birth of a new idea or a spark of inspiration, something in which you can invest a great deal of loving and creative energy. And in this case, guys, where we saw the the sun and the staff, I think this is an opportunity or spirit trying to show you that a path is being lit for you. And at the center of this reading was the Nine of Swords, that you may be in a position where you are having difficulty seeing that open door, seeing that light. The thing about universe, though, or spirit, the Great Spirit, it is a light that cannot be extinguished. It is there for you to see, and it, at this time, seems to be growing brighter. So follow your intuition. Even if you feel like you're feeling your way through the dark, I certainly know what that feels like. We're in a time of great change. And Spirit is saying to keep your thoughts in check rather than be critical, be compassionate. And this will carry you through these dark times. I hope that helped. If you would like a personal reading, well, I'm not reading from notes here. I'll do it intuitively. You can check the journeyhome.ca. A link will be in the description. Half price if you pay in cryptocurrencies. There is a list of your choice, or if there is something that you have that you want to let me know, I'll see if I have that in my wallet. Have a wonderful rest of April. May readings will be coming out soon. And the seeds will be sprouting from the ground. Thanks for joining me. God bless you all.